Now, do you know that there's a hard, fast rule that you cannot take a shit on the tour bus? You know that, right? That's a rule.
I mean, I know that Dave Matthews Band broke that rule. I heard that story about the Dave Matthews Band. I guess there's a hose that comes off the bus. It's like a poop hose that you can just I don't know. The tour manager just was like, all right, we're breaking a minor rule, but there's so much poop in there. I mean, it's the Dave Matthews Band. They work hard. They poop harder.
Oh, I've heard their music.
Let's let some of this pressure off. Let's give the kids a break. They've earned it. And he just kind of hit the release valve, and I guess it just sprayed all over some boat passing by where a guy was like, and here's another thing.
The Chicago River, they were going over the river, and there was a ferry underneath it, and they emptied it and hit all the people on the ferry.
Yes. My description was pretty accurate. She said they were on the Chicago River, and they were on a bridge, and they dumped it over the bridge, and a ferry, it landed on the ferry.
Yeah. Or as I call it, a record release by the Dave Matthews Band. Shit all over your head.
They did set one Dave Matthews record. Those people will all be remembering that release for years.
Dave Matthews Band and Blues Traveler can get in a fucking boat and die. Those are the fucking worst. Oh. No. Stand up, Blues Traveler supporters. Show yourself. Adam Goldberg, I knew it, you fucking... Yes. Praise from Caesar.
Did you see the weird stance that Adam just made? I'm gonna do.
I don't know how to differentiate weird from not weird stances with that guy.
I'm gonna describe it first and then do it. He did. Adam stood up and did that. He stood up for the Dave Matthews Band, and then while people jeered, he did a stance that I'm going to label and diagnose. I'll come up if you want me to come up. He went. So do the Dave Matthews thing, and then I'll stand up and be Adam Goldberg and do what he did.
Dave Matthews can go fuck themselves.
You kind of did like Peter Pan flying, waiting for the wires to do their trick.
Yeah, kind of like Usain Bolt in the starting blocks, ready to come up.
All right, maybe later, Adam.
Wait, Dave Matthews. Oh no, I'm not saying it's you can't poop on the tour bus because it's supposed to release it on tourists' heads as you're going over a river.
Because then everyone's in the bathroom.
No, because you live on a bus and you poop on a bus and it smells like poop forever for the rest of the trip. And there's no going backwards from that. You are now living in a Chevron men's restroom, right. and you're not supposed to do it. You have to ask the driver to pull over and say, "I'm going to go make it."
Make a tutu. Can I make a tutu? I don't know. We got to make Saskatchewan by 1300. Tour talk. But I got to make a tutu. Hey, your tutu's gonna have to make a kazoo on the when we get to Flagstaff.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
He thinks Saskatchewan's in the U.S. I really am that. I don't. I'm about to take my lack of.
Where do you think Saskatchewan is? Do you know where?
It's in Canada.
Where though, precisely?
It's right above the U.S. I've lived here my whole life. I know where Saskatchewan is.
My bad.
You go I was like, Chicago's down, Saskatchewan's up. From Milwaukee. But for some reason you go through Michigan, even though that's also down, or it's inside because there's a peninsula.
Where's Belgium?
That's east. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, he's good.
Yeah. All right. But if you go west long enough, I also know you can go. Everything's also west because it's like Pac-Man. I know that you will. It's not the most efficient thing, but it could be the most strategic in a pinch. You take the tunnel. Sometimes you got to do it. Pac-Man fans.
Didn't you self-anoint yourself as Pac-Man? Wasn't that your nickname for a while?
Yeah. in the 80s, like, how many people, I don't know, you don't have to applaud or anything, but like, there's like a thing, I think this is like an American thing, like, because we're so capitalist and like consumerist, whatever you call it, snobby languagist, like, you are defined by what you consume, and like, you know, there's not a ton of roller rinks or anything to like you start buying, you know, you're like, oh, I'm into She-Ra, that's my thing, like, I'm the She-Ra person, like, you look for an identity. I think it's a lot easier. I think that's why kids seem cooler now. It's not just because I'm getting old, it's because they have like a subscriber base. They can just be into like bands that they, you know, that a normal kid would never have heard of. But now you kind of have to, as a kid, you have to survive. You have to kind of pick through scraps and like pick your own bird food. You can't just wait for mama to in your mouth. To Dave Matthews in your mouth. Can't wait for that tour bus to pull up, put its hose down your little baby bird gullet. And...
That's so great.
Hey guys. You know,
yeah, you're gonna miss us when we're gone.
Yeah, we'll be back. But